Hey, what's up there guys? Elton here. I hope you hear everything I say because today is a real windy day. But nevertheless, I love the way the lighting looks right now. I figure why not make a nice walking video starting right here in the corner of Atwater and Lionel-Groulx. And of course with the street of the same name, of course, because most streets were named after metro stations. And actually, another reason why I felt like filming here is because every time I come to this area, I've always liked these two old houses over here, the pink and the red one here. They're just... Oh, don't worry. Of course, I noticed the Taurus Cruiser, which Ford is fucking stupid. They're going to stop making because, God forbid, they don't make enough money because some bean counters. Anyway, like I was saying, you know, this is typical, you know, French Quebec, French Canadian architecture here, and just beautiful rooftops. And this is one of the parts of town that was always poor, but now it's, you know, kind of turned around a little bit with all the new monies and people moving in from different places. And so it's like where I live in Hochelaga and other sectors where, you know, there's new monies and gentrification, you know, people buying these old buildings, fixing them up and renting them for higher rents. And see, it's not bad. As long as I'm out of the wind, generally I should be okay. So hopefully I can keep it like that. And you got some more recent construction over here. Even this building here is probably from the 70s or 80s, I'm guessing. Probably more like 70s. But I do like that three-dimensional look of it, though. That's pretty cool. I'd like to own. See, I'd like to own a. If I were to own a condo, it would have to be something like that. Something different about it, you know. And like I said, it is a beautiful day. It's funny, that woman police officer, that woman cop there, she seemed to let out a groan, I think, when she heard me talking. I don't know, maybe she don't like my English or don't like my face, maybe even. That's very possible too, considering I'm all over fucking the internet, let alone YouTube, you know. By the way, if you appreciate my videos, and since I'm just a humble, honest guy making an honest living, doing this full time, make a few bucks extra selling stuff on fucking Kijiji, which is not a lot usually anyway. You want to chip into the cause and show your appreciation, well, just you can send me whatever denomination you want there via PayPal, or if in Canada, e-transfer. There's Charlevoix Street. There's Charlevoix. You can send your payment, whatever it is, 10 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever you want. Oh, by the way, when fire hydrants are blue like this here in Montreal, these are related to the metro tunnel. That connects with the tunnels, specifically here, probably for the Orange Line. And like I said, if you want to chip into the cause, you want to show your appreciation, again, my to send me a payment, any kind of donation you want to make, my email is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. Elton, E-L-T-O-N, just like Elton John, spelled the same way. McFall is M like Martin, C like Carl, F like fall, and A-L-L, two L's. And there you go. Well, I just did something earlier. I just came from Gratuity Metro. Actually, it's very rare that I'm wanting to go deliver something to somebody, but I figure, well, you know, the guy's coming all the way from Ganawagi to buy something from me. Hey, Johnny, if you watch this video, good-looking Taurus, 1990s. There's no way this car is from here. Either that or it was never driven in the winter because there's no fucking rust on it. I always like this design. I always thought I designed it too, but that's another story I'm not going to go into. Anyway, yes, I went to deliver this, basically a page I took out of a very extensive and colorful Chevrolet book, year by year, showing you all the different models and information and production numbers and facts and the engines and all that stuff. And so he bought this one that I cut out for the 1993 Chevrolet Caprices, and on the backside was the Camaros. And look at that, eh? That's probably the oldest house here, maybe even in this whole area. Look at that. Let me zoom in here in this park. I've noticed it before. That in the church that's near here. Look at that, eh? C'est pas jeune, ça. That's not young. Might even be part of a church, actually, I think. But I want to just keep going in the straight and narrow. I like more filming walks on streets that just keep going on and on, so that I can actually, you know, said that I filmed it on a certain street and not just walking around an area, you know. See, like this street seems to go on for quite a bit. So I was planning to go eat at the Green Stop restaurant for a pizza. Good old Green Stop, old school, as retro old school myself, believe me. Yeah, man. get a delicious pizza, but well, I figured why'd I go there and why I should build up a hunger, you know, at first. And this looks like it used to be a bar. How many times have I seen buildings like this? 2 or 3 floors, regular brick facade, but then over here they have the stones, nice looking stones, you know. Yeah. Well, look at that, 2 Chevrolets in a row. Fuck, pinch me, I must be dreaming. Very unusual to see that in Montreal. This isn't back in the day, you know. Montreal with our crappy streets. Yeah. Okay, now we are at, you see I was right, this used to be a bar. That's hilarious. Typical entrance on a diagonal angle. Yeah, that's how bars used to look, you know. Think of Moe's Tavern, but without these kinds of stones. And up there is Rue Saint-Jacques Street. And looking north there, that takes you more into downtown if you were going to go more north. But I don't think you can go by downtown that way because of Highway 20 is up there. So there's only a couple of places you can actually drive underneath to go downtown. You know. And there's that. There's that really old. Now, when you see an old building like that with a huge roof like that with 2 chimneys on both ends, man, that tells you that building has got to be at least 200 years old. At least, at the very least. And now we're at Lionel-Groulx and Vinet, or I guess as the English would pronounce it, Vinet or Vinet, which is incorrect. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Now I'm going to sing a song that's must have been a bit controversial back in the day. I think it would be maybe even more so. And I think it was done by the Moody Blues. Actually, before I sing that, let me just look. See, there's a part of downtown skyline. You can see the tallest building there is the Place Ville Marie building with that humongous broadcasting tower. And that building was completed, I think, in 1962. Boy, if I could live in back to that day, oh, that would be outstanding. And anyway, the song I was singing, like I said, I think is done by the Moody Blues. It goes, Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright, oh yeah. Oh wow, what a funny thing to see that old ass circa 1993 Honda Civic with shitload of rust repair on it, because I remember about a couple of months ago or so, I filmed an out-of-service Azure Metro. If you guys are loyal, you watch all my videos. It's an out-of-service Azure Metro going through the service tunnel at Barrie. And then I said riding in the Azure is like riding in a Cadillac. It occurred to me recently, and riding in a scrap LFS is like riding this is exactly what I meant. I mean, my father's girlfriend was a sweetheart. She was great, and she bought one of these brand new. This could be the same fucking car for all I know, but then again, they sold so many of these in that body style and this color even. Shit, there's a car coming. Hope it's coming. Anyway, so that's what I was referring to, because I remember one time I rode it with my dad. I couldn't believe what a crappy ride it had. Absolutely horrible. You felt every crack and rut on the road. Horrible. Gotta keep an ear out for that police cruiser. I can tell that's a cop by the siren. Unfortunately, there's still a crime factor in this part of town. Also, across the street from where we started, across from Atwater, is St. Henri, which is maybe about the same or worse when it comes to crime. Probably worse, because the more graffiti you see in an area, the more crime there is. That's basically it, because of gangs, sadly. Sadly! Oh, there's a 4Runner I like. Yeah. Oh, Brian, by the way, if you watch this, dude, get in touch with me, man. Dude, you got my email. I just mentioned it. Give me in touch with me, or give me a ring, 514-598-1773. Yeah, Brian, I'm talking about you, mister, who lives around here with your black Capri. You know, I want to totally do a video of that shit. Oh, baby, do a cold start up, whatever. A little revving. Oh, a lot of revving. Whatever. Parallel parking even. I mean, you know, whatever you want to do. You got ideas, just get in touch with me, man. It's not like I got tons of people lining up there fucking contacting me to film their oldie, their classic car, you know. This is typical in this area. I find it very interesting. Look at this. There's paths here. There's another path over here. And you can take one of these paths all the way to George Vanier metro station. Is that supposed to be Oliver Jones? Because Oliver Jones, the famous jazz musician, pianist, was from here, in this part of town, Little Burgundy. Of course, sometimes I get this area confused with Griffintown, I'm sorry to say. See, it's not a bad day. If I could figure out a way to stay out of fucking the wind, it's great. I thought about going train spotting. I'm like, oh almost every area I go to or do train spotting, it's always wind. The wind can just be a major problem easily. So forget about it. Maybe later, I don't know. Maybe later when there's more freights, maybe there'll be less wind. Less wind. Wind. On dit que les chars aujourd'hui sont plates. I just said in French, God damn, the cars from today are boring. Man, oh man. I used to have a friend who had one of these. It was a really nice, I think electric blue or something like that. And it was, you know what? It was actually still a pretty comfortable car. It was well made. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those cars had 250 to 350,000 kilometers on them right now, or miles, whatever. You see, I said Miles, huh? Oliver Jones, Miles Davis, huh? Huh? Famous jazz musicians. Oh yeah. What's the other guy's name again? Charlie, not Charlie Parker. Damn it, I forgot his name. He did that song, My Funny Valentine. Yeah, oh, here's another wonderful mural again. I think this is a tribute to Oliver Jones there. Yeah, let's take a look. It's not the most amazing area, but it's interesting in terms of mix of architecture, though. I mean, I've been there. It's way more boring than this, hence the West Island. Yeah, look at that mural. That's cool, man. Dynamite. I don't even know how fucking far the street goes to. We're gonna go as far as she goes. As far as she goes. And look at the roof on that. Look how cool that is. Isn't that something? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Right on. Ooh, look at that color. I like the color. Terrible car. Check soda. Yay, that's amazing. That's amazing. There's nothing like being a tourist. There's nothing like being a tourist in your own town. And now we are at, I'm going to guess this is Georges Vanier, actually. Georges Vanier. Well, look at these houses. I never noticed that. I like those roofs. Different, eh? C'est différent, là, que c'est là, tabarnak, là. Oh, these cars today. Hey, I knew a black chick who had one of those once, that Chevy, what the hell is it called? Equinox, or it's a shit box. It's actually an Opel, because Opel is German. Yeah, Le Boulevard Vanier. Georges Vanier. Hey, how are you?
Okay. You know where is Notre-Dame?
Oui, I know where Notre-Dame. Oui, 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 certainement. Oui, c'est par là. C'est par là, c'est 2 blocs, je crois.
Oh, merci.
All right, bonne journée. So far so good. Yes, okay, so now we're going to continue putting along here. And, oh, the street seems to end over there, actually, so let's just do that. While I'm crossing here, I'll give you a view here of downtown there. Partial view of downtown, I guess, Westmount. Yeah, right on. So that's it. It's not nothing glamorous, but still a pretty cool sector in its own ways there. I mean, I'm sure it used to look more beautiful, maybe, because of all the old buildings, but I don't know, a lot of them were apparently, I remember seeing in a documentary, a lot of the buildings these replaced, they were in such terrible condition that they were knocked down, and these people got literally forced out by the city of Montreal to build all this low-cost housing. I don't remember the whole story, but I'm sure some of you who are into Montreal history, you know better than me. Maybe you, George, and whoever else I'm not thinking of, because I can't remember everybody. By the way, if you didn't see my other video, I want to thank all you guys for subscribing. Obviously, I make a little more money here and there by doing so. It gets the word around, and I'm not on Facebook anymore, so. And, oh, look at that big plane. There's a big plane. I can tell you right away that's Air Transat because it's white and blue, and that's really good for a guy like me who's legally blind. Yep, Air Transat, Airbus A330, I think. On landing approach. Actually landing really good, descending quick. Really quick. Wow, must be the wind. Has to be. And yeah, thanks for subscribing. I just got over 24,000 subscribers, and that's great. I'm very oh no, the street doesn't end where I thought it ended. Oh shit, where's it gonna keep going then? We're just gonna keep walking and walking because it's a beautiful day for walking, and I sound like Bill Cosby. And again, it's not the most amazing neighborhood, but there's a few interesting design buildings design, and there's a Nissan Xterra, yeah, which is actually not rusted out, which is a big deal because SUVs, especially 4x4s, they all fucking rust. This one might not be from Quebec. Actually, even that exhaust pipe looked good. don't think there's a lot of mileage on that. And now we're at Canning Street. Ah, some of you are loyal and watch my videos. Remember, I filmed a walk on a very crappy, dull day. It actually was right through there, right down there, and up there, somewhere there. There's a, yeah. You can see some of these homes. They have that typical, I would say, mid-late 80s, maybe early 90s design. Not bad. Can't imagine how much just one of these little fucking places costs. A little bungalow like that must cost a fortune. I mean, you're next to downtown, near the highway, near amenities, near restaurants. You know, quite frankly, I don't even know if I've really walked this street before. I walked it maybe once or twice, but not more than that. I can't remember more than that. What's that? Ooh, it's a Saab. I saw one of the last Saabs they made, I think, or maybe it was one of the most recent ones. It's weird because the roof line was total, I don't know, just totally Chrysler 300. That's all I could, how else I can describe it. It was just the old school type of roof, you know. Okay, I'm going to give my gums a stop from flapping. I'm going to see if I can stop talking for a while here. What's that? Volvo 240. Not rare enough for me to film though, unfortunately. I hate to say it. But there was one I should have filmed actually. I saw a year or two ago in my neighborhood, and it was an early 80s Volvo 240 Burtone. It was a performance model, two-door. Should have filmed it. That's pretty scarce. My mom is right. Sometimes I go on a fucking tangent. I talk so much, it's like... Oh, a lot of mercy. A lot of mercy. Mr. Rovalova. They call me Mr. Boombastic, Mr. Fantastic, smoother, just like a silka. It's funny I should sing that because a lot of black people live around here. I forgot to mention that. Like, not really... You know, I often mention demographics of a neighborhood, and I just didn't mention it, but yeah, it's always been a lot of black people live around here, and that's why Oliver Jones came from here. It's as simple as that, actually. It's actually one of the few neighborhoods where there were always a lot of black people, just because it's so old. Look, look, look! That's one of those new Camrys. I have to say, it's pretty nice. It looks a lot more exciting than the Camrys looked in, like, listen, there's ironic. The irony. It's not that it's ugly, it's just boring. Well, where are we at now in this shiz? It's gonna be a fucking half-hour walk, man, you know? Des Seigneurs. Seigneur, by the way, is French for God. But actually, it says on the name of the street here is called Des Seigneurs, so which would mean of the God. Dagnabbit, the camera had stopped recording and I hadn't even noticed. Shit! It didn't beep actually. It's supposed to beep. Because it stops recording after so many minutes, about 15 minutes give or take, because it gets too hot. It's a defect in digital cameras. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, you know, if you didn't miss what I said, yeah, there's probably an old Otis elevator or elevators in that place. Probably a retirement home. But if any of you actually live in an old apartment building, I don't care if it's even 3 floors, but if it's got old elevators in there, and I can get in there, or maybe a place you work, as long as you know they're old, I'd like to film them. Or I film it. I don't even give a shit if it's in grotty, terrible condition. It doesn't matter. Not the point. As long as it hasn't been modernized too much, or modernized. Look, there's another Saab. This one's in nice shape. It's a good looking car. I actually, there's oh, good shape, questionable, no, bad shape actually. Paint's good. Actually, if you're interested, you're into Saabs, I've got a, I'm going to be putting on Kijiji soon. I've got a 1999 Saab like that, 9.3, that's the name of the model, but it's a Danish ad. And here we come to the end of the line. End of Lionel-Groulx Road. Rue Lionel-Groulx, là. Regarde, François, un autre accord comme le tien, là. And Lionel-Groulx and finishing at Lionel-Groulx and let's see. And oh, that's an old sign. Look at that. I think. Oh, okay, it's not that. And Richmond. All right, like Richmond Hill, Richmond, Virginia. Yeah, and actually, you know what? Here's that church that I thought was near here. It's so beautiful. I gotta come by and finish to show you this. And anyway, the street over there is Notre Dame, and there's a good looking color on that Chrysler 300, but I can see a lot of people not liking that, even though she's dirty. Dirty. Richmond. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Man, you got a lot of chrome on that thing. I don't think it did it any favors though. Yeah, there we go. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're safe and warm. And like myself, that you have good karma. But karma also comes down to respect, eh? You get to what you give, you know? You get for what you give. Didn't I hear it in that song somewhere? Anyway, so c'est ça, and hope you enjoyed this virtual tour. Take care. Bye-bye.